What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We got a banger of a video because we finally got some new content on the new expansion coming out, 11.0, the War Within. One of the major features, if you're not already aware, is the hero talents, which were said to be more adjusting of your current abilities, not to be too bloaty. And every talent, every class is going to have different combinations of specs, kind of like different hybrids and whatnot. And today we're going to be talking about the Druid. I'm gonna have a video as well for the Priest as well. So going, because those are the two classes that I do mainly play. So I want to give you my feedback, and I'm going to gear this mainly towards PvP, but I will give insights for what makes sense for PvE as well. So let's get right into it. So the one that they did show today is the mix between Balance and Resto. It's called Keeper of the Grove. Let me let you know this right now because I can already predict this without reading anything. If you look at this tree here, as a Resto Druid, you're going to be able to choose between Wild Stalker and Keeper of the Grove. Wild Stalker is more feral based, balance based for Keeper of the Grove. Mythic Plus and PvP, Mythic Plus and 2v2 PvP are going to be Wild Stalker, maybe 3v3. But and then odds are Restoration on the balance side is going to be for raiding and more like 3/solo shuffle type gameplay. I got money on that. And then we'll see what kind of everything else that comes into play here. So this one, Keeper of the Grove, is the mix between Resto and Balance. So if you're either one of those specs, you get to choose one of these. So let's go over what they got in store for us. Again, this is the alpha, so not everything is set in stone. Don't get too upset. Obviously, this stuff and a lot of these trees that you're going to have sounds pretty broken, to be honest. So let's give feedback. Let's do our best. All right. So the cap talent, and just to note, you are going to have every one of these talents. The only parts that are going to be choices are the choice nodes, as we'll see as we go down. So you will have every one of these. You'll just have to choose between the few choice nodes that there are. Okay, so the first one here at the top, we got Dream Surge, Force of Natures. So they are giving Treants to Balance Druids as well. Grants 3 charges of Dream Burst, causing your next Wrath or Starfire to explode on the target, dealing nature damage to everyone. Okay. Grove Guardians, so the top part is going to be for the Boomies, bottom part for Resto. Grove Guardians cause your next targeted heal to create 2 Dream Petals near your target, healing up to 3 allies, stacking 3 times. So enforcing that Treant gameplay, which personally I am not a fan of, but it is what it is. More pets and NPCs into the game are not a good thing in my opinion, but I don't make the game, so let's go with it. All right, going down the left side of the tree, we have Trance of the Moon. Your Trance also casts Moonfire on a nearby target once every 6 seconds. This could be pretty cool if it does interact with other modifiers. So I know like there's the Twilight something, the one that has like 3, if you have 3 dots on a target, you do more damage. It's Boomy. That could be cool if that interacts with that. And as Resto, just more pad damage. I mean, not that that's that important, but maybe there's a way that it's manipulated somehow. Going to the middle here, we have Expansiveness, increase your mana by 5% and your Astral's power by 20%, just a baseline thing. Not very interesting, but is what it is. Protective Growth, your regrowths protect you, reducing damage you take by 8% while regrowth is on you, so not your teammates. This is kind of like masochism for Disc Priests. I think for actually all priests. Yeah, for masochism, where you heal yourself, you do get that. It is kind of a nice thing. My prediction for Balance Druid is odds are in PvP you're going to be running the one that's more tanky combined with the tank Guardian spec, and probably more PvE based on Keeper of the Grove. Just my prediction, because defense always wins out in PvP. All right, next tier here. So again, everybody's going to have these 3. Okay, this is where we do get some choice in here. So Power of Nature is the first one. Your Force of Nature Treants no longer taunt and deal 20% increased damage. So I guess you're required to take Forces of Nature in the talent tree if you are going to run this way. It's interesting. Okay, and your Grove Guardians increase the healing of your Rejuve, Reflow, and Life Bloom while active. That is extremely strong. Okay. And then the choice node of that is between Durability of Nature. Your Force of Nature Treants have a 15% chance increased health. And for your Grove Guardians, Nourishes Swiftmend spells also apply a minor Send Ward that heals your target over 8 seconds. Okay, the big question for Resto is that does that contribute to your mastery or not? The Wild Growth from Treants does not, so I'm going to assume not, but if there is a chance that contributes to your mastery, that is busted, so we will see. Going over to the middle here, Cenarius' Might. Casting Star Surge or Starfall increases the damage of your next Star Surge or Starfall by 10%. stacking 2 times. That is like the exact same thing as one of the Boomy talents. Hopefully they are switching that out then. There's one of the talents that you just, the more Star Surges you cast, the more that they do. Casting Regrowth, Wild Growth, or Swiftman increases the healing of your next Regrowth, Wild Growth, or Swiftman by 10%. Okay. Stacking 2 times. So you're going to want to pre-regrowth your Swiftmen if you're trying to go for a big heal. That's kind of interesting in PvP at least, because Swiftmen isn't that crazy of a heal. It can heal a lot, but typically your big heal is coming from the Soul of the Forest after the Swiftmen. So maybe Swiftmen you might prep some regrowths, especially if you get a lot of clear casting procs. You know, go behind a pillar, cast some regrowths, and then go out there and use on your teammate. We'll see. I feel like you're probably not going to think about that too much. And then on the right side looking like more of your damage side. Middle is more like buffing yourself, and then this is more of your tree side. Grove Inspiration, Wrath, and Starfire damage increased by 12%, and Regrowth, Wild Growth, Swiftman healing increased by 6%. So something I'm just thinking about now is, do these? I know that they're separated like this. I assume both of these apply. So like when you cast Star Surge, this affects like if you have Star Surge, not just if you're booming. And then Wrath and Starfire baseline damage is increased, even if you're Resto. And okay, cool. Then Persistent Enchantments. We have Orbital Strike applies a Stellar Flare for 20 seconds, and Primordial Arcanal Pulsar grants Celestial Alignment for an additional 2 seconds, and Reforestation. So it's just the Incarn procs on both Boomy and Resto are just a little bit extended. Okay. And the Orbital Strike Stellar Flares is for 20 seconds, which isn't like 16 or something like that. I don't know if that's that crazy. This talent seems kind of garbage. I don't know why this would even compare to this. It's just saying. Feedback. Sorry, shouldn't say garbage. This seems extremely underwhelming. Because this is just baseline incredible to have compared to it. All right, moving down to the next tier. So this is where we're going to have some more choice nodes. Bountiful Bloom. Your Force of Nature's treants regenerate 3 astral power. Okay, your Grove Guardian, what? Yeah, your Grove Guardian healing is increased by 20%. Okay. Early Spring, Grove Guardian and Force of Nature reduced by 10 seconds because it's a longer cooldown. Grove Guardians each reduced by 3 seconds. Odds are you're probably just going to go Grove Guard, the Bountiful Bloom, because most people play the Incarn. If that playstyle does stick around, which I absolutely despise, because you're just playing around spamming Grove Guardians during your tree form and your tree procs to give you the most cooldown reduction on your Incarn, and just rinse and repeat, and it's very NPC healing based. It's like the BM Hunter of healers. Don't like it at all, but it is what it is. So this one probably would definitely go here because you have more than enough trees. I don't think reducing the tree cooldown is not even necessary. Next one here, Power of the Dream. Force of Nature grants an additional stack of Dream Burst. Sorry, just to backtrack 1 second here. Do note that when we do lose the tier set, which we will going into this expansion, your treants are not going to do as much healing because they are pretty nicely buffed from the 4 set. So we will get being a nerf to that, and if they adjust to Grove Guardians, we'll see kind of how much this actually impacts. If the healing of Grove Guardians does go down the drain, you'll probably end up going this end just to give you more CDR on your tree form. Okay, next one here, Power of the Dream. Force of Nature grants additional stack of Dream Burst. What is Dream Burst? Is that up top? Nope. I don't know what Dream Burst is. Healing spells cast with Dream Surge generate an additional Dream Petal. Am I dumb? What am I missing here? Dream Surge. Dream Burst, I mean? Dream Burst, okay, that's up here. Force of Nature's grant 3 charges of Dream Burst, causing your next... Okay, so it's like that explosion thing. Okay. So they grant an additional 1 every time you use it. Healing spells cast with Dream Surge generate an additional Dream Petal, so you get an extra petal. And Scenarios might spell damage or healing by an additional 5%. Okay, so that's a lot. So you're getting up to 15% healing on your Swiftmen's, increase on your Swiftmen's. And then same for your Star Surges, some big Star Surges, my goodness. Okay, so it's up to 20%, 25%, huh? Oh, no, it's stacking, so that's probably extra 30% Starfall damage. Starfall and Starfall Surge damage. That's a lot. Okay, Control the Dream. Time elapsed while your major cooldowns are available to be used is subtracted from the ability's cooldown after the next time you use it, up to 5 seconds. So it just reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds. Okay, I'm not 100% sure how that works. Regardless, this seems way better, even if this was a CDR. And then the last one here, we got Blooming Infusion. Every 5 regrowths you cast, make your next Wrath, Starfire, or Entangling Roots instant, and their damage increased by 100%. Seems kind of bad. I mean, not bad, but like useless, pointless. In PvP, I mean, every fight you will cast 5 regrowths every once in a while. It would have to do a lot of damage. Maybe like in tree form when you're spamming regrowth, then you use a tree form Wrath, which is buffed even more. Then maybe that'll be meaningful, but again, probably not that much. Every 5 star charges makes your next regrowth or roots instant. The instant root part's not really relevant because of the owl can add up PvP talent. Seems kind of not that great. It's just kind of there, I guess. And then we got our bottom town here. Each of your Force of Nature treants increases the damage of all of your spells by 3% while active. Wow. Each of your Grove Guardians increases your healing down by 3%. Okay. Well then. That is a lot of healing. I really hope they are compensating, but I feel like a lot of classes are probably going to be getting ridiculously buffed. All right. Well, my overall take on this is we're kind of going in the complete wrong direction that I think the game should go. It is cool for those of us that play the game, but those of you that are new to the game or trying to get new people into the game, these are just more modifiers that you have to learn. And this is a bit much. Just saying, this is a concept as a whole. It's not changing. Just my opinion. I think this is too much. When it comes to the spells themselves, I'm really not a fan of all this tree-based stuff, but I don't think we're going to be able to avoid it. Yeah, just a lot of baseline percentage increased healing. I hope that, we're going to need a lot of tuning in regards to all of that. In terms of anything I'm really excited about, none, I gotta say. As a Resto Druid main, I don't think any of this is exciting at all. It's just kind of baseline more healing, and treants are really boring playstyle because it's out of your control. Yeah, me personal interest, I think this is really boring. And I hope we get, I don't think we're going to get, majority changes, but I'm hoping that the Wild Stalker version is really cool. My little wish list for Wild Stalker is there's some sort of healing into or damage into healing play styles that allow, something on the line of Atonement would be pretty cool. It's not really, doesn't really fit the fantasy, but maybe they'll do something like that just to, allow for more offensive gameplay or offensive contribution for healers, because I think that's really important, and that's not me being biased as the offensive healer. I think it's very important because almost every single healer does enjoy being able to contribute to the team fight. Doesn't have to be all the time, but having something like that. Well, that's it. That's it for the Druid tree. Let me guys know your thoughts on it, if they differ from mine or they are the same. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.